Hello! I have had a little bit of a weird relationship with filming and editing and my channel in general recently. I've honestly been struggling to motivate myself for it, so I haven't done my July wrap up yet, which is what this is going to be, and I'm going to keep it pretty basic, and I'm going to try and give myself as little editing to do as possible. In fact, if I can, I'd love to just be able to add on an end screen and upload it, because honestly, it's hot. I can't be bothered to sit by my computer and edit, especially because I'm working tomorrow, so I kind of just want to spend today reading. So there we are. I read 9 books in the month of July, which amounted to 2,943 pages. 4 of those books were by BIPOC authors, so not really as many as I would like, but not awful, not as bad as August is going to be. Unfortunately, I can already tell that August is not going to be great, and I hauled 9, and I did already film my July book haul, so you can check that out up here somewhere. And I'm going to run through probably fairly quickly the 9 books that I read in July. I will try and keep this video not too long, because I know that some of my wrap-ups recently have been really long and nobody wants that. So the first book that I read in the month of July was The Infinity Courts by Kemi Dawn Bowman, which is her first science fiction book. I've read a couple of her contemporary books and really liked them. The Infinity Courts follows a character who unfortunately dies straight away and goes to the afterlife, but the afterlife is kind of this almost like a computer program where an AI has taken over and is, you know, trying to control the humans, and it's kind of like a rebellion force that's trying to save the human race from this AI. And I really liked the premise, but the story didn't really work for me too much, I don't think. I wasn't hugely connected to the characters, and I found the plot wasn't as interesting as the premise kind of made it out to be. So that one didn't really work for me too well. It might have been that it was a little bit, well, I would say that it's because it's maybe too young on the sci-fi, but I don't think that's true, because I do prefer younger sci-fi to older sci-fi, so I don't really know, but that one just didn't really work for me, unfortunately. But I know that a lot of people are really enjoying it, so I would still recommend checking it out if the premise sounds good to you, and hopefully you'll connect the characters and the story a little bit better than I did. And then from there I read One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Now, I've heard murmurings that there might be some sort of controversy happening around Casey McQuiston, but I don't know what that is. I haven't looked into it. I probably will at some point, but I just haven't. And I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was good fun. It's a romance with a little bit of a sci-fi element to it, because it's kind of like someone's stuck in a time loop kind of situation. Well, not a time loop. They're stuck in the future, basically, and they're trying to get out because they're also stuck on this tube train in New York City. And then the person that the main character that we follow kind of falls in love with this woman, and they're having this relationship on the tube, but trying to get this person off of the tube. And I just thought it was fun and enjoyable. I liked the plot, I liked the characters, I liked the romance. I really liked Red, White and Royal Blue as well. Don't know what's happening with Casey McQuiston, but I did really enjoy this book. And then from there I read The Babysitter's Coven by Kate Williams. Again, this was fine. Like, it was a fun, quick, easy read, very predictable. It follows a character who discovers that she's kind of a witch, and she meets another character who is also kind of a witch, and They are in a babysitters club together with another friend of the main character who is not a witch, and they have to rescue a child from an evil being. And there is a sequel to this. I think it's possibly a duology. I'm not sure that I will read the sequel. This was like a fun, quick thing to read, but it wasn't like amazing or anything for me. I feel like this kind of young adult urban fantasy can be pretty hit or miss for me, and this one, it wasn't a complete miss, but it wasn't like something that I would rave about by any means. But I actually picked this one up in a charity shop, so that was good. From there, I read Night Lights by Lorena Alvarez. I did also read the sequel, Hikoti, so I will talk about them together. These are children's picture books. I did show them in my book haul as well. I bought them and read them for the artwork. The artwork is stunning. It's about a girl who just wants to draw. She doesn't want to do schoolwork, and it's just very cute. There's not much I can really say about a children's picture book / graphic novel, so if you like the art style on the cover, I would highly recommend. They're really nice to have in my collection. I just think that the art is stunning. And then I read The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This one's quite a nice short one, and it is kind of half historical fiction, half mystery story, because this one is set in the past and in the present. So in the past, we're following a couple of characters, but mainly an apothecary who sells poisons to women so that they can get rid of the men in their lives that don't treat them well. And we follow a couple of perspectives around that storyline, and then we follow a character in the present who is basically investigating who this apothecary was and what was happening there. And it was actually pretty interesting. It's not my usual kind of book at all, but actually I really enjoyed it. It was, again, quite short, quite fast paced. I didn't love the ending, to be honest, but I did still really enjoy the book overall. And I do think that if you want something a little bit darker and a little bit quicker to read, and with that kind of contemporary feel but with history included, which is all very specific, I know, but if you're in the mood for that kind of thing, then I would recommend this one. I thought it was pretty fun. Then that's when I read Hikoti next, which I've spoken about already, and then I also read The Magic Fish by Chung Lin Yun, which is also a graphic novel, as you can possibly tell, and it follows Tien, who is gay, and he's Vietnamese, and his parents are Vietnamese, and they mostly speak Vietnamese, and so he is struggling to figure out how he's going to tell his parents that he's gay, because he doesn't really have the words to do it. And so he's reading fairy tales with his mum, and he's trying to find the answers to express who he is through these fairy tales. So you kind of get Tien's story and also the fairy tales as well, which was super fun. And it's not very long. It's a graphic novel, so it reads pretty quickly, and it's kind of, what do you call this? Is this like monotone colours? I don't know. There's a specific terminology for this kind of art, and I don't know what the word is, but I liked the artwork, I liked the story. I think that it's got a really cute message, and I recommend it. I think there's quite a lot of people who have recommended this one recently, and I will join that group of people who have recommended this one because I think it's really great. And again, nice, quick, easy read, which I feel like is what I needed in the month of July, apparently. Then I read The Alloy of Law, or reread I should say, The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. This is the bridge book between Era 1 and Era 2 of Mistborn. I was actually in a live show over on Stephanie's channel, Stephanie Bookverse, and Joanna from the channel Joanna Sosa was there as well, so I will go ahead and link that for you so that you can watch us talk about our thoughts on this book. A little bit spoiler free at the beginning, but mostly spoilery throughout, so I won't wax lyrical about it here, but I will say that I did enjoy this more on reread than I did the first time I read it, so that's positive. And then finally, the last book that I read in the month of July was Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. This one I really enjoyed as well, and I was also in a live show talking about this one on Bethany from Books with Bethany's, is that her channel name? Beautifully Bookish Bethany. And I don't know, whatever. Beautifully Bookish Bethany's channel. I don't know what just happened with my brain there. And we talked about this with also a book circus, or just book circus. Wow, I'm doing so badly right now, I'm sorry. We discussed this at length, so if you want to hear my spoilery thoughts on this one, because it's a sequel so we talked in spoilers, then head on over there and watch that video. But summary, I really enjoyed this one. And that's it. Those are all the books that I read in the month of July. I've managed to keep this video fairly short, a little bit of stumbling at the end, but to be honest, I'm probably just going to post this as it is. So apologies for that. Don't forget to check out Ponderful Books down in the description, and that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks, bye!